carrier vetting is number one. You need to make sure that that is a legitimate carrier that's moving that vehicle, that have strong safety ratings, that have good insurance, and that they can insure that vehicle, because ultimately that carrier is who is responsible.
You know, what we're acting like here is that freight movement across the country is not regulated. It's probably one of the most highly
Oh my
regulated
goodness.
businesses in the country.
Yes,
And that
100%.
and that the biggest problem with posting on a board, nobody's vetted. That blows my mind. And I know that I'm rolling the dice every time I use a new carrier, and probably sometimes when I'm using an old carrier. How do you get around that? What's the best practice if you are using a board?
Well, I would make sure that that board is vetting the carrier for you. There are technologies out there that have back-end processes where any carrier that's allowed to shop on that board or work on that board has to be vetted. And it's no different than working with a good broker. If you're working with a good, reputable brokerage, they should be vetting the carriers. If they're not, you're not working with a reputable brokerage. The brokerage process is very regulated. We have rules that, brokers have rules they have to follow. And if they're not following those rules, they're putting you at risk, they're putting themselves at risk. So if you're working on a board or posting on a board, and it's just a post and pray model, which is what most people have used for the past decade in this space, then to me, that's not a very, I think, safe way to be moving vehicles. Anybody that's involved in that transaction could be at risk or could be liable if there's an accident of that nature, right? Except for the board, because the board is basically saying we're not responsible here.